Just wanted to introduce my step ladder. I've never met my real ladder. Hey guys, Joe here, and today we're out in the garage. Yay, the garage, with my 2014 Ford Mustang GT Track Pack. It's known as Thumper. Actually, her original name was Minnie Mouse because when you sit inside, actually here I'll show you. For some reason what occurred to me was that when you're sitting behind the steering wheel here, head and ears, it looks like Minnie Mouse. I was going to call it Mickey Mouse, but I don't like the idea of climbing into a dude every day. So as you can see, she's now got 145,664.3 miles on it. That's a lot of mileage. But I'm happy to report that because I drive down a freeway at 80 miles an hour, I get 23 miles per gallon. Now, some of you may be new to the channel, and if you're new to the channel, then you really don't know the full history of my 2014 Mustang. Number one, it's my first new car. I was in the industry of car sales for 17 years, but I decided finally to get my first new car, and I loved it. And then 46 days after I buy it, I hit a rabbit. When I hit the rabbit, it ripped the front chin spoiler off and damaged one of the grills, so I nicknamed the car Thumper because I then proceeded to hit 7 more that year. See that, 7? Since then, the name is stuck. Now, she's gone through a lot of trauma for a car. In 2016, I got hit by a Volvo. Yeah, 2016. And luckily, the guy somehow managed to slide underneath my headlight, which kept the car from getting totaled out and only caused $7,000 worth of damage. Yes, that is my Mustang. That is the result of an elderly gentleman who doesn't understand what traffic means and decided to tailgate another car through a red light and slamming into me at 35 miles an hour. After that, somebody keyed the car, and I drove the car for 2 years with key marks all around it. So last November, or was it December, I got it painted, and then after I got it painted, I backed into a bollard at a gas station and caused that damage there. But if you can also see, yeah, there we go. See that damage there? So I was driving down the road to work and something fell off the back of a truck and bink, 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 bounced down the road and smashed into the front of the hood. Luckily it missed the headlight because brand new replacement headlights are still over $1,000. I ain't paying $1,000 for a headlight. I can live with that dent, but I didn't get that kind of damage on the car up until it got keyed, so it's kind of funny. Well, in 2016, when she was repaired, they didn't have all the parts available, so I said, just throw it together and I'll finish the car. Again, this was in 2016. It's now 2019, and as you can see, still doesn't have the fog lights, which I told them not to put in, but it's also missing that front grille behind the license plate, which still haven't forgiven him for screwing that into the bumper. Thanks, bud. And it's missing one of the vent covers. It's not a big deal because if you look down here, I actually have all of my parts necessary to put it back together. In fact, that box and that box and that emblem have been in the trunk of this car for years. Well, I took that out in 2017, but the rest of them have been in here for years. By the way, if you want me to do a average review on a 2016 Subaru, groovy, man, groovy, leave that in the comments. But what we're going to do is, I just popped some Excedrin, so I have a really bad headache, so as soon as that goes away, what we're going to do is we are going to reassemble the car. And yes, that's the rear wing that I still haven't put back on, and we'll get that on there today. So the first thing we need to do is take that front bumper off, and we are going to do that right now. So like I said, this has actually been sealed for years. And it may stay sealed because this knife is old. Oh, no, we're good. So let's take a look at what we have in this box. These boxes. That fresh Ford parts smell. So yeah, that's the lower grille. Factory honeycomb. What's really funny is, as you can see here, it's a Ford part. What's really funny is that when the car got hit, I asked them if they could put a Shelby nose on it because with the cost of the fog lights, it actually would have been $300 cheaper to put a Shelby nose on it. But they didn't want to lose their insurance status or their, whatever it is, their preferred body shop for insurers by using different parts than the VIN number called for. And then they tried telling me that a GT doesn't have a lower grille because day done. And then this one, which should be the other grill. Hey kids, cut away, not towards. There we go. And there's the other lower grill. So that just goes in down there. On the California specials and the B6s, this is usually a fog light, but on this one it's not. So one thing we're gonna do, this is not a how-to, this is not a tutorial, this is just a, hey, I'm gonna put some parts on. So first now I gotta move everything.
You set it up to be a good picture.
One thing real quick, as you can see, this is a used grill. That's the grill they put in after it got hit. It's a factory grill. But when the folks were down in Chesapeake, they found this grill and one good fog light at a yard sale. And I think he said he gave him 40 bucks or something for it. And that's worth it for the fog light alone. So leave it in the comment if I should re-tint that fog light. I can't find the picture of it when it was fog tinted before, but let me know. Ugh, so dirty. So dirty. I almost never let my car get this dirty, but winter, man, winter. To whoever designed that style of plastic clip, I hope you die in a fire explosion. In order to save myself some headache when it comes to editing later, and also because, quite frankly, I didn't need to take off that entire lower piece, I just dropped it far enough to pull the bumper off. What I'm going to do now is attach my fog lights, which, now that I'm looking at it, doesn't have any of the attachment points. And yeah, we'll get that in there. We'll do that real quick, and then I will come back as soon as I get ready to put it in. So I just realized that I don't have the right screws anymore. Over the last 2 years, they seem to have gone missing. So, fog lights are being attached in the worst possible way. That's right, with wood screws. Ha-ha! Beat that, Mr. Magoo. Or whatever your name is. Problem is now I need to use the same number on each headlight. Actually, I don't, but whatever. By the way, this is absolutely the wrong way to do it. Do as I say, not as I do. I think I said that once in another video when I was doing some brakes on my Mustang here. Yeah.
Yay!
So you know what I just noticed that's missing from underneath the front bumper here? Let's play Dora the Explorer. What is missing? I'll give you a clue. Uses that. That's right. They didn't put the front guard on. Not that I cared, but wow. What a bunch of a-holes that I didn't notice for 3 years. Now the moment of truth, because that fog light, and I can tell from looking at it, was the one that got used. That's the factory replacement, and let's see if they work. And I will be honest, I didn't even bother checking when I got it to see if one was the right side or not. So, yeah. Check that out. It's not even high beams, man. And that whine you hear is actually the xenon lights. On to more assembly. So it's a little humid out, so sweaty McSweatshirt here. Now we're gonna work on the trunk. It rained as I was pulling the car around, turning it around, so full reveal will be tomorrow morning after I unload all the video I have currently. But what we need to do now is make the wing work on the car. So yeah, what I'm gonna be winding up doing is drilling through the metal here in order to find a good place to put self-tapping screws. What? Self-tapping screws? Yes, self-tapping screws, because, well, this is all body filler. It's actually body filler back here too. I don't know why they put it all the way back there. But yeah, so what we need to do now is I'm going to mount the wing with the 3 that it has, then I will drill through and add a self-tapper when we get to it. So no need to look at that part while I'm doing it. I'm going to turn you off, save some time, and come back to you when I have it kind of mounted. So now I'm running into the classic problem of I put the bolts somewhere and I have no clue what I did with them. So we have that going for us. I did find one big bolt that I plan on using in here, probably just a bunch of washers underneath it. That should hold that on no problem. And now I just need to find one other bolt, which is being a pain in my patootsky. Well, it's the right thread, but it's about 2 inches too long. But again, I could just put 50 washers underneath it, nobody would notice. At least until I can buy another bolt. But yeah, I'm gonna keep looking for another bolt, and then yeah, maybe I'll just wind up cutting this one apart. We've got 12 minutes to get this done. All right, so I have a few bolts that should work, and a couple of ideas on how I'm gonna make them work. So what we're going to do now is we are going to open up the trunk. I'm going to lay this down across the back to protect the edges, because the last thing I need to do is drop the wing and break the glass or damage the paint. Which, let's face it, it is me. So I've applied some new double-sided tape to the front here, which should be sufficient for holding it on. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good, actually. I'm going to start a couple of the bolts, at least the ones I know work. The next part is the easiest. It's the 5.0 emblems. Pretty simple. I'm just going to put some double-sided tape on it, stick them right on. So you don't actually need to see me doing that, do you? Didn't think so. So it'll be on in 1, 2. Yeah, buddy. Check that out. Check that out. What? Check that out. Obviously, that's something I gotta take care of, but it ain't going nowhere. So, a lot of sweat later, and as you can see, she's pretty much back together. Put the wing on. One of the bolts screws that I was using, self-tapper, was too long. Didn't catch it in time and went through, but that's just a cheap piece of plastic, so who cares? But yeah, walking down the side. Got the emblem on there, which is a very important thing, because otherwise people see that and it didn't have the lights in the front at the time, so everybody's like, oh, is that a 6-cylinder with a loud exhaust? No, shut up. And then it's raining out, otherwise I'd be out there, but working fog lights, all the grills in. I do have to throw the front plate back on, but once I do that, she's good to go, man. That's the main thing I wanted to get done today. Still have to figure out the noise. I think it's the idler pulley, and we'll wind up yanking that off next time. I just don't want it to seize on me while I'm driving down the freeway. I have to figure out what I did with the interior to the trunk lid, and then I think that'd be about it. So yeah, we'll worry about those things next time, but for now, she looks like a GT again. Hi GT, right there, GT. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to get subscribed. Hit that notification button so that you can see when I put up a new video. And yeah, that's about it. So if you like the car stuff, let me know. I try to do it as often as I can, but But with finances being what they are, I don't actually have the ability to go out and just buy stuff like I would love to. I'd love to go and buy a project car or at least a daily driver that I could work on. So yeah, that's so much better, dude. So much better. Looks like a GT again. Well, Shelby from the back. A Shelby with Roush exhaust. I've seen that actually. But yeah, I'm gonna get cleaned up and get out of here. So look forward to the next one. There will be a shooting video coming up and a couple other things as I come up with them. So yeah, until next time, I'll talk to you later. It's a lot of rain. Bye.